ladies and gentlemen, it's David Ruff. I'm coming to help you save a lot of money on homes. Do you want 50% off, 80% off? Well, it can happen, and I'm going to show you how. Let's get right into it. The article today, you guys, that we're going to be sharing with you is an awesome video, I think, and this is about markham.ca. Now, Markham is just a city that's outside of Toronto, but you're going to learn a lot by just looking at this website anyway. So the city of Markham has this thing under property taxes that you can go look at. Now, this is sale of land, but it's also homes. Now, if we go look at this, there's all these homes that are really, really cheap. Look at this property right here, 10 Black Cherry Drive. It is $826,000 is the assessed value. For those of you who live in the city of Toronto, where I live, you know that the assessed value is always way under what it actually is. So this property might be 1.2 million, 1.4, we don't know. But the minimum tender amount is 161,000. Do you know what tender means? This means an auction, guys. Auction. So let me explain to you a little bit how this goes. Okay. So when we have an auction, there's several rules that you have to follow. So obviously you have to register for a bid, but we also have to follow some rules that you're usually not allowed to go inside the building. Okay. So you can drive by, you have the address. So drive by, see what the area is like, see what the house is like from the outside, see if there's any broken windows, if it's boarded up. In fact, get out of your car, walk up, kind of stick your hand there, look through the window, see what the inside is like, what you can see. I've even known guys that bring drones and they light up the drone and fly it on top of the building to inspect all of the shingles and see what it's like there. Try and look in the windows from upstairs. Now, the building may or may not have taxes owed on it, and you might have to clear the taxes. How much? I don't know. It may or may not have a tenant in there, and it might be up to you to evict the tenant. That's on you. But if the property is worth 1.4 million and the bid starts at 161, there's a lot of cushion in here for me to deal with some headache. I'm willing to evict somebody. I'm willing to go in and renovate the property to make that money. Let's get back to this form. All right. So if we jump back into the form here, the first one here, do you see there's a piece of land for $8,000? The assessed value is $17,000. We here in Toronto, Ontario, it's always way higher than what the assessed value is. Here's an entire house over at Black Cherry that we said. This one obviously has sold. This one here, look at this land value at $653,000. This is the address, 66 Fieldview Crescent. Minimum tender amount, 38,000. Talk about a huge cushion between these two. Unbelievable. Here's some more down here. Moore's Court, $190,000, up for 34 grand. There's a lot of different things here, right? So read here, tenders must be submitted in the prescribed form. Yep. Must be accompanied by a deposit of at least 20% of the tender amount. So we got to have a what? A draft or certified check, something available to them. So how do these tax things work? Because it sounds great to an investor, but it also sounds terrible to somebody else, right? So when somebody actually goes through a year of non-payment, maybe a second year of non-payment, I don't know, every city and every province and state all has different rules. So you're going to be given a lot of notices all the time. You got to pay your taxes, right? So when your taxes are in arrears, obviously the city will put a lien on your house and say, if you ever sell your house, that's how we'll get back our money. So you can never sell the property without getting that tax payment or having to pay it and pay the tax guy, right? They'll always get their chunk. So you are given that, and obviously, depending on where you live, French Canada, English Canada, if you're down in the States, it's always different, but it's always followed the same rules that they're going to give you a chance. They'll send you letters, have to pay. Then they're going to say, we are taking over your home. You have X amount of days. And what is it normally? Could be like 30 days or something like that, that you have 30 days to pay all the taxes and then save your home from going through this process. And then if you even go past that amount of time, then they're going to really come down on you and they're going to take the home and put it up on an auction site like that. Like they've given them a lot of chance to get into this. So this is the last resort. for them to do that. It also, here's more rules: transfers of properties that contain at least one and not more than 6 single-family residences and are transferred to non-residents of Canada or foreign entities are subject to province's non-resident speculation tax. Okay, so we know that. And so you can go and check this out if you want. Now, there's a bunch of rules that you have to follow, right? Here is the section that says the process is buyer beware. You must undertake due diligence, right? You can drive past the property. Site visits are not available. There's no vacant possession. That means they don't guarantee that somebody's not living in there. The successful bidder will not receive a key to the property. So you might have to have a locksmith come in and change the locks. You are responsible for any federal or provincial liens on the title. We recommend you do a title search before submitting your bid. Doing a title search is where you're going to find all the liens on the property. So you can go to a lawyer. He can check that. How much in Canada? I don't really know how much. It really depends what kind of lawyer, but if I was going to guess, $300. You can go to see him. He'll check it and let you know who has liens on the property. Maybe a bank, maybe the city, maybe taxes. So if we're going in to buy a $1.4 million home assessed at 850 and we're putting it in for 161, I could make, $1 million. So it's worth the 300, right? To try and get a tax lien. It's amazing. I think the biddings open until sometime in September on this one, but this is just, I can tell you that all cities have these. Cities in the US, different states, different provinces, it's all the same. These tax liens are there. So you just have to find the courage, number one, to go look, the knowledge to know to go look, and drive by the properties, look into them. I don't want you to buy your first one, but go to several of them, see what the auction is like, register and put in a bid just to see the process. What is it like for me to go and check the title? What are the steps? Remember, everything was scary before you did it. It was scary to ride a bike. And then my dad ran behind me and then he slowly let it go and I was doing it. Everything is scary. The first job I had was scary. The first time I drove a car was scary. So even though this sounds scary, why don't you do it? Go through the steps, because then you're going to become the master at it and you can pick up some killer deals. Of course, you're not going to be the only one bidding, but maybe, just maybe, it might be a way for you to break free of this rat race, man. Get out of the matrix, I always say. Anyway, guys, I'm always here for your health, wealth, and happiness, as you know. If you know one person this could help, can you please send them? And let me know if you like more stuff like this. I'll make more videos about it. And let me know if you don't like it as well. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. I'm really trying to help you guys out. Have a great night, guys.